People are bigger than the bikes.
Yeah.
And they want to be less bigger than the bikes. So now the bike is bigger and there's a more even ratio there.
Yeah.
So we were talking a wee while back and you were wondering about alloy rims. I think you might have posted a question or a story or something.
Well, look, since I started, I've been looking for a decent wheel. It's amazingly hard to find mini bike wheels, and especially cost-effective ones. You know, there's things available out of the States, but by the time you've imported them, they're not cost-effective.
And
So,
let's be entirely honest, all of those ones out of the States have just been made in China. Someone in the States has bought them and then
That's
they're going
right.
to ship them over here.
that's right. They're nothing
Why
special.
would you bother doing that when you can do this? We're lucky though. There's a bike retailer in New Zealand called M-Bike. They didn't used to exist, and before they existed, basically any part you wanted you have to buy off AliExpress, hope it would turn up,
Yeah.
or eBay, and pay exorbitant shipping. So these guys have done us all a solid, and this is an 8-inch.
Yeah, 8 by 4.5.
It's wild to even see a nice 8-inch tire. Like what? This is a 130 by 60 by 8.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
it's a proper motorcycle tyre.
Yeah.
You know, it gives us a whole nother realm where we've got a safe high-speed tyre now. So we can actually, you know, get proper road handling from a mini bike, you know.
What are we at? Like, this is a longer frame, is it?
This is actually, what I've done with this bike after falling in love with the Honda QA50 is I've actually replicated the Honda QA50 wheelbase
Okay.
and the head tube angle.
Yeah.
So we should have similar handling characteristics to the QA.
And you've got drum front and rear.
Correct.
Yeah. You're way higher. You've got, it just feels cooler, man.
It just feels safer.
Yeah, I just like fat tires and
Yeah.
it just like you can, it's really light. Like you'd actually expect that to be heavier in the front end
Yeah.
just because of the size of the wheel. And if you look, you've got those drums there. How are you going to stop the drums from spinning, or do they not because they're tightened up?
No, they will.
Yeah.
They will have little locking blocks. So I've actually got them here. Interestingly enough, I've got some of the first production parts for this bike here.
Okay.
So my plan here is just to weld these little steel blocks in.
Okay.
Like that.
Ah, yes, of course.
And that'll lock the rotation of the hub.
Yeah.
And same in the front, it'll have a little block like that,
Comes straight off the fork there.
welded to the tube.
Locating, yeah. That's really, really, really smart, man.
I've got, this is called the Hustler Scorpion.
Scorpion.
There you go, you've seen it here first, little scorpions cut into the back axle plate.
It's amazing. It's really amazing.
So those go back there. And that's just a quirky little thing. I like to do quirky little details that...
It's the details that count, man. It's
You
the
know-
details that make your product separated from the rest. Like this
Yeah.
I've noticed here. This little...
Well, that's same as True Test.
Okay.
So that's not unique to me, unfortunately. But I took what was good
Yeah.
and I changed what wasn't good.
Yeah.
That there is a really good design. It's
Yeah.
really strong with the fold in it.
Yeah.
So that's
And
a
it's just
key
for front
point.
end strengthening, isn't it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
It supports the entire top of the head tube.
Yeah. Gearing on these, because you've got a pretty big rear sprocket on this. Do you
That sprocket, funny enough, that's the original one from the Honda QA. It
Okay.
was too small. So when I replaced it, I had this left over.
Okay.
I bolted it on here the other day for the mock-up, but this here's what I'm planning to use.
Do you just kind of hope that the gearing's going to be good, or have you done some calculations to figure that out, or?
Yeah, I always calculate it if I can. This is what I'm planning to run,
Oh my God.
so it's even bigger again.
Once again, no flat tires allowed.
Yeah, it's definitely small enough that it will give you still a good angle.
Yeah.
And that's a 35 pitch.
Yeah.
That's a 420. So my plan's to run 35. It's a lot cheaper for the chain.
Yes. Yeah.
With this bike, I'm trying to keep the cost somewhere in between the Little Hustler and the Fat Boy.
Okay.
So I want it to be more affordable than a Fat Boy.
Yeah.
So I want to keep it simpler.
Okay.
But I still want customers to get good value for money. So you're going to get, all your money goes into the wheels on this bike. Much more expensive wheel than my other bikes.
Yeah.
But
Even more than the
not more expensive than the beadlocks.
Okay, cool.
But they're at a high end.
Yeah, that's a very different
Yeah.
ballpark. I like this, I think, just because I'm so used to 8 and 10 and 12-inch wheels. I've
Yeah.
been around them so much. And for me, it fills out the frame a lot. One thing I'm always kind of used to think about mini bikes is that they've got quite a lot of empty space.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I thought that was a bad thing, but I always feel like the space needs to be filled, but it doesn't. And I mean, you could, like, you know, with your True Test, your original
Yeah.
number one over here, you could hang like a bag in the back there and strap it round if you wanted to. Or
Yep.
there's so many different things you can do, but I really like how awesome this is. And also with the engine right there, you'll be preheating the tyre for added grip. I don't think there'll be much heat coming off there, would there?
Yeah, a little note, in my opinion, on the mini bike styling is that simple is beautiful.
Yes.
And free space is also beautiful. For example, with the turquoise Fat Boy there,
Yeah.
we've left the whole front end exposed. You know, there's no plate on here or on the sides.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's a traditional style, and it's
letting the colours do the talking.
It's quintessential to a mini bike to me is for it to look simple.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people go wrong by getting the proportions out or by adding things that aren't traditional.
Yeah, my first thoughts because the way my brain works is I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to make one of these. Not that you ever would physically have it road legal, but it'd be cool to have like a brake light and turn signals and have a horn and have all this stuff. But then I'm sitting there and pulling myself and reining myself in, like, why?
Just buy a motorbike.
Yeah.
Like,
you
just
can
buy a Z50 or something. That's what that's all about.
Yeah.
Whereas traditional mini bikes, they're not road legal bikes. They're designed to be super simple, super cheap, fun, and you know if you enjoy that, then it's the ultimate. You know, is embracing how simple they are, how easy to fix they are.
Cool. Do you mind just going upstairs for a second? And I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh, it's not finished yet. Damn it! I want this one. Like every bike I touch, I'm saying I want this one.
I can see you buying one of these.
Yeah, I know. You would say that.
I know you'll be a good customer one day.
Yeah, man. I just need a few more subscribers. That's all. Do you want me to put this here up against the wall there?